"You're not going in there looking like that," my stepmother hissed, tightening the gray veil over my face until the fabric scratched my lips. "The Alpha King came to choose a mate tonight, not to be frightened by a scarred little mistake." The words should have hurt less by now. They didn't. I stood outside the glowing doors of the mating ceremony, while music, laughter, and hundreds of powerful wolves filled the grand hall beyond. Every unmated she-wolf had arrived dressed like royalty, silk gowns, jeweled hairpins, glowing skin, perfect smiles, and then there was me, hidden under a veil, not because of tradition, because my stepmother said my face was shameful. My stepsister, Celeste, laughed softly beside her, wrapped in a silver dress that sparkled like moonlight. "Just stand in the back, Elara. Maybe if you stay quiet, no one will notice Father's biggest embarrassment." My fingers curled around the edge of my plain white dress. I wanted to run. I wanted to disappear. But before I could move, the ceremony doors opened, and the entire hall fell silent. The Alpha King had arrived. Damien Blackthorne walked in like a storm, wearing a crown, tall, broad-shouldered, terrifyingly calm. Every wolf lowered their gaze as his dark eyes swept across the room, then stopped. On me. My heart froze. He began walking straight toward us. Celeste quickly stepped forward, smiling like she had already won. But the Alpha King passed her without a glance. The word exploded through the hall like thunder. "Mate!" For one impossible second, nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Nobody even blinked. The Alpha King's wolf had spoken. Not quietly, not uncertainly, not as a possibility, as a fact. "Mate!" The silence that followed felt heavier than mountains. I stood frozen beneath hundreds of staring eyes. My heart hammered so violently I thought everyone could hear it. No, this wasn't possible. It couldn't be. Not me. Not the girl hidden behind veils. Not the girl whispered about in hallways. Not the girl whose own stepmother was ashamed to stand beside her. Yet Damien Blackthorne hadn't looked away. His hand remained beneath my chin. His dark eyes studied my face as though he had just discovered something precious, something rare, something he had been searching for. The crowd suddenly erupted. Gasps, whispers, shocked voices, confusion, panic. The entire mating hall exploded into chaos. What? No. The king's mate? I can't be right. It's her? Impossible. My stepmother looked seconds away from collapsing. Celeste looked even worse. Her perfect smile had vanished completely. The Alpha King finally lowered his hand, still staring at me, still refusing to look away. "What's your name?" His voice was calm, gentle, the complete opposite of the fearsome ruler everyone described. Elara." His eyes softened slightly. "Elara." The way he said my name made my stomach flip. Almost nobody used my name kindly. Most people used it with pity, or mockery, or annoyance. But not him. Never him. "Look at me." I swallowed, slowly raising my eyes. The moment our gazes met, something strange happened. Warmth. A powerful warmth spread through my chest. Not physical. Something deeper. Ancient. Instinctive. The mating bond. The realization made my knees weak, because every wolf dreamed of finding their true mate. Every wolf except me. I had stopped dreaming years ago. The Alpha King suddenly frowned. His eyes moved toward my left cheek, toward the scar everyone hated, the scar everyone whispered about, the scar that had destroyed my life. My stepmother immediately stepped forward. "Your Majesty," her voice shook. "You don't understand." Damien slowly turned toward her. The temperature in the room seemed to drop instantly. "What don't I understand?" She forced a smile. "Elara is fragile." The lie almost made me laugh. Fragile. I had survived things stronger wolves never could. But she continued. "She isn't suitable to stand beside an Alpha King." The room went silent again. Everyone knew she was being dangerous, very dangerous. Nobody challenged Damien Blackthorne. Nobody. Yet my stepmother apparently hadn't received the warning. Damien stared at her, expressionless, calm, which somehow felt even more terrifying. "What's your name?" My stepmother blinked. "Lydia, Lydia." His voice remained quiet. "Did I ask for your opinion?" The woman's face turned white. Several elders immediately looked away. Some even hid smiles, because everyone knew what had just happened. She had embarrassed herself, publicly. The Alpha King turned back toward me, instantly becoming gentler. "Did anyone ever tell you your scar is beautiful?" My breath caught. The question hit harder than an insult ever could, because nobody had. Not once, not ever. When I was 12 years old, a rogue wolf attack left the scar stretching across the left side of my face. Not horrific, not monstrous, but noticeable. Enough to make people stare. Enough to make children whisper. Enough to make my stepmother decide I ruined family photographs. The attack took many things: my confidence, my childhood, my sense of belonging. But apparently it had taken something else too. The ability to believe compliments, because I knew he was wrong. He had to be. "It's ugly." The words escaped before I could stop them. A muscle moved in Damien's jaw. Anger. Not at me, at whoever had convinced me of that. "You believe that?" I lowered my gaze. The answer was obvious. His eyes darkened. And for the first time that night, the Alpha King looked genuinely furious. Not because of my scar, because of what had been done to me. The realization confused me. Why would he care? He didn't know me. He shouldn't care. Yet somehow he did. An elder suddenly stepped forward. Ancient, powerful, silver-haired. One of the king's advisors. "Your Majesty." Damien didn't look away from me. "Yes?" The elder hesitated. "The ceremony." Ah, the ceremony. Everyone had forgotten, including me. The annual mating ceremony where powerful packs presented their daughters, where alliances were formed, where futures were decided. Tonight's entire purpose had been finding the Alpha King's mate, and apparently that purpose was now complete. Damien nodded slowly, then did something nobody expected. He extended his hand toward me. The entire hall froze again. "Elara." My pulse raced. "Yes? Dance with me." The room exploded. Actual chaos. Gasps everywhere. Several noble daughters nearly fainted. One woman dropped her glass. Another looked ready to cry. The Alpha King had never danced at a mating ceremony. Never. Not once. Yet he was standing here asking me. Me. The scarred girl hidden beneath a veil. My hand trembled. "I don't know how." His lips twitched. "Neither do I." Several people laughed nervously, unsure whether they were allowed. Damien ignored them, waiting patiently. Only for me. Eventually I placed my hand in his. The second our skin touched, electricity shot through my body. The mating bond strengthened instantly. His eyes widened slightly. He felt it too. The crowd watched in complete disbelief as the Alpha King led me onto the ballroom floor. Music slowly began again. Soft, elegant, almost dreamlike. Damien placed one hand carefully against my waist. The other held mine. The position felt impossibly intimate, especially with hundreds of people watching. "You seem nervous. You terrify me." His eyebrow lifted. "Honest. Very." A genuine smile appeared. The first smile anyone had seen from him all night. The reaction was immediate. The entire room started whispering again, because apparently Alpha Kings weren't supposed to smile, at least not like that, not at their mates, not publicly. But Damien seemed completely unconcerned. His attention never left me, not even once. "You're staring." The word slipped out accidentally. "I'm aware." My cheeks warmed. "Why?" His answer came immediately. "Because you're beautiful." I almost stopped dancing. The compliment felt absurd, ridiculous, impossible. But his expression never changed, meaning he actually believed it, which somehow made it worse, because now I didn't know what to do with it. For years people had called me ugly often enough that I stopped arguing, accepted it, believed it, and now the most powerful wolf alive was looking at me as if everyone else had been blind. The contradiction made my head spin. Across the room, Celeste looked ready to shatter her wine glass. The sight should have pleased me. Instead it made me sad, because I knew exactly what she was feeling. Jealousy. The same jealousy she'd spent years directing toward me, for reasons I never understood. Maybe because father always protected me. Maybe because she needed someone beneath her. Maybe because cruelty was easier than kindness. Whatever the reason, she looked furious. My stepmother looked worse, terrified. And something about that terrified me too, because Lydia only looked frightened when she thought she'd lose control. and she was definitely losing it now. The dance ended. Applause filled the room. Damien never released my hand, not once. Then suddenly a guard rushed into the hall, breathing hard, panicked. The music stopped instantly. Every warrior turned. The guard dropped to one knee. "Your Majesty." Damien's expression hardened immediately. "What happened?" The guard swallowed. "A prisoner escaped." The room grew quiet, dangerously quiet. Damien frowned. "What prisoner?" The guard looked nervous, very nervous. The kind of nervous that meant bad news, very bad news. Then he spoke, and the moment I heard the name, all the blood drained from my face. Victor Thorne. My heart stopped. Because Victor Thorne wasn't just any prisoner. He was the rogue wolf who gave me the scar, and the man who was supposed to be locked away forever. He stopped in front of me. My stepmother's face turned pale. "Your Majesty," she stammered, "forgive her appearance. She is only here because—" Silence. One word. The entire hall trembled. Damien lifted his hand toward my veil. I stepped back, terrified. "If you remove it," I whispered, "you'll regret it." His eyes softened. "No," he said, "I think everyone else will." Then, in front of every pack, every elder, and every person who had ever called me ugly, the Alpha King lifted my veil. And the moment he saw my face, his wolf growled one word through the silence. "Mate." The name hit me like a blade to the chest. Victor Thorne. For a second, the ballroom disappeared. The music, the lights, the whispers, everything vanished beneath a flood of memories I had spent years trying to bury. Blood, screaming, claws, the smell of rain and fear. I was 12 again, running through the forest while a rogue wolf hunted me through the darkness. And then, pain. The kind of pain no child should ever know. My hand instinctively rose toward the scar on my face, the scar Victor Thorne had given me, the scar that had changed everything. Damien noticed immediately. His eyes darkened, not with confusion, with rage, pure rage. "Elara," his voice softened. "Look at me." I tried, but my heartbeat was pounding too loudly. The guard remained kneeling, still waiting, still terrified. Damien slowly turned toward him. "Explain." The temperature in the room seemed to drop. The guard swallowed. "An hour ago, Your Majesty." His voice trembled. 3 prison guards were found unconscious. The room grew silent. Victor escaped through the eastern tunnel. A curse exploded from one of the generals. Another elder went pale, because everyone knew what this meant. Victor Thorne wasn't just dangerous, he was infamous, one of the most brutal rogues in modern history, a killer, a monster. And now he was free. Damien released my hand, only for a moment, but somehow that moment felt much longer. He stepped toward the guard. "Send every warrior." "Yes, Your Majesty." "Lock down every border." "Yes, Your Majesty." "Double protection around the palace." The guard nodded rapidly. Then Damien paused, his expression changing, slowly, dangerously. Most importantly, his voice became quieter. "Find him before he finds her." Every eye in the room turned toward me. A chill ran down my spine, because they all understood. Victor Thorne had escaped on the same night I was revealed as the Alpha King's mate. That wasn't coincidence. It couldn't be. The realization terrified me. Damien looked back at me. His jaw tightened. "Come with me." The command wasn't harsh. It was protective. The entire ballroom parted as we moved through the crowd. Nobody spoke. Nobody dared. The Alpha King led me through the massive palace corridors until we reached a private wing guarded by warriors. Dozens of warriors. The amount of security was absurd. "You don't need all this." Damien stopped walking. "Yes." I frowned. "What?" "Yes, I do." His eyes locked onto mine. "I absolutely do." The intensity of his voice stole my next words. For several seconds neither of us spoke. Then Damien exhaled, running a hand through his dark hair. "You're scared." It wasn't a question.